very quickly fell apart. And I think this is the worry now. Now, you can head towards a map like Vertigo. The expectations that Heroic will start on this T side, if they get snowballing again, I think they won't even be that much of a competition, right? That they start to get a lot of that form that we saw them get, even on the small amount of the T side that we saw from Heroic. That's where they can just run away with this game. But let's take a look and see how things pan out. We're heading in towards map number 2. Can Preasy stay alive and push us towards that side of Ancient? Any time will tell.
Indeed. Here we go. Loud as ever, of course, on Vertigo. Roy going to be the first one to open up. A little bit of a cheeky smoke there out towards Gap from the CT side, in fact. And, well, they are working with it really nicely. TeSeS, though, 2 kills around the corner for him. Leaves it in an even situation. So, they know that there's a lot of presence here on the ramp. Just a question of finding the frags.
Can they, right? Time. Not really of the essence just yet, but it will start to become a factor as this clock ticks down. 2 versus 2. Now, we saw Preasy, the opening pistol round of this series, convert a 2v4 in their favor. Now, Heroic look to try and convert a 2v2. Oh, nicoodoz, that's quick. Seriously quick. Ultex falls, but TMB answers back. Puts us now into the 1 versus 1. TeSeS. Is he selling a ruse or is he actually going to commit to this? Who knows? He got time, though.
Yeah, plenty of time right now. Looks like he will indeed commit. And should be able to get this bomb down. Smoke would give his game away, of course, but yeah, plan is indeed nice. So TMB, one of the lesser known names coming into this Preasy team, certainly does have to deliver here. Smoke gives so much room for TeSeS to work with. On for his 4th. TMB does not have a lot of time to play with, as it took him a few seconds to get here, but he is moving forwards at the very least. No kit. Clearing as many angles. No kit. Makes a step. Oh, tries to spin around. He does get a few shots off, but TeSeS playing it patiently, playing it smart, and gets away with a hell of a round.
And a quad kill as well to his name. Really, really stepping up in a big way there, TeSeS. Needed a bit of a miracle, man, and they do get one. Massively important to continue that tempo flowing in towards your own map hit. Continue that momentum from a pretty dominant map number 1. 13-4, they find the first. And this time, Preasy on opting for that force buy. Killed them a little bit at the tail end of that first map, may I say. This time, they're just going to slow things down. I think it's the right call. Only too much early control. Force buy here and lose, you know, look at 4 rounds without response. Bit of a boost. Still, it shouldn't be too much of an issue for Heroic. Oh, wait, moving around. Only committed to nerds into his trademarked MP7. I do find the MP7 quite funny. I was looking at a thing the other day. Statistically, there's no real point in picking up over an MP9. It just doesn't make any sense, but Nerd Space looks so good.
Just the feel, man, you know? Just feels a bit different, I guess. Fair play. Ooh, boost nearly finds success. Sets up the kill for TMB, but everybody else is able to hold their line. Oh, I was going to say that should be all she wrote, but Dupree knows his stuff, comes in at the right time. 3k for Nerds, so making good money on that MP7, and gets himself an upgrade to the AK. Beautiful when a plan comes together, but Heroic getting the round nonetheless, and no real sweat off the brow thus far.
So, pretty comfortable there. A technically speaking bonus here for Heroic as the first full buy comes out for Preasy, and one that is of the utmost importance to convert. If they don't, I mean, Heroic are going to start pulling away with this T-side rapidly. Molotov in towards mid. Dupree double back away from it. More of a stacking towards his A-ramp position. Looks like they want to fight through it. Heroic actually too aggro here on the offset. Shush will eat a grenade there as Ultex sits up close. So far, so good. Preasy already looking considerably better in this one. A more calm under the pressure.
Absolutely. Ultex digging out for information. It's actually funny they were going for that boost, but fell off of it. Whether that was on purpose or an accident, not quite sure, but potentially saved the life. Either way, No kills coming off as yet. Pretty quiet start into this beginning of this round. 55 seconds. Information dig from Preasy, but it's Roy flanking around. Oh my goodness. Refrezh actually saves him a little bit there. I think that first player definitely could have taken him down, but they have made their way all the way down ramp and, yeah, caging Heroic in now with only 3 players.
Not easy, is it, for Heroic? What's even the call here? 35 seconds, and they don't really have any information to work with. And it looks like by the setup, are they just calling for a save? You'd expect not, but I mean, they can rebuy in towards the next, but saving so early into a round, I guess, is a bit of a rarity. It looks like that'll be the case. Heroic going to save. Preasy going to find their first. And it comes to the back of just 2 kills. One for Refrezh, one for Roy. That'll be it. That'll be everything in towards this one. Weird way that we go about it. But that is the round. They can reinvest in to a degree. It's not exactly going to be pretty for nicoodoz and Kicks, and they might take a little bit of a weird investment in this one. It is unfortunately, a tech pause rather than a tactical one. I mean, all things considered, that was not kind of how we were expecting things to go. Initially, what looked like a bit of a weird sort of scenario where there was something to work with for Heroic. They just call it early, and that'd be pretty easy finding it first. Even they were probably a little bit confused.
Yeah. Super safe play, I suppose, from Heroic. Again, trying to send the feelers out there for this game, really. Not quite sure what to expect, I suppose, out from that Preasy side of things, I guess, is maybe the logic. You know, just don't want to go in all guns blazing sort of thing and get caught off by the way that they approach the map. Seems like we've got a little bit of a technical issue coming in, so bear with us on that one. Hopefully not too long. And we'll try and keep you updated with what's going on, of course, as and when we get the info.
Yeah, exactly that. And I guess what we got this kind of, rare break, we want to call it. We can have a look at what's going on across the other streams as well. Over on the VP bait game, we were kind of talking about that one, saying VP should be comfortable. 11-9 down currently losing, which is definitely not what we expected. Apex took map number 1 off Koi in a 13-10. And over on the first, the other side of the stream, Met Support BNs, map 1. Met Support, 1 map away from taking on the winner of this game. Upsetting ends. But it's only a quick tech pause. We're back up.
Yeah, no messing about here, of course. Looking good. A lot of early nades coming in from the Preasy side of things. They are just kind of peacocking a little bit, I think, really showing what they are capable of on this map. Very, very impressive indeed thus far. But need to keep this rolling, and Heroic, of course, will have an awful lot available in the back pocket. It's a map that they are trying to make a name for themselves on. And a map that's not too popular at the high end, so it does make sense. Trying to sneak up past TMB. Well, he trades out 1, but ultimately there was a big squadron on the way. They will indeed get control of ramp.
So things go a little quiet. Back at that initial fight with Kixan. Only one to die towards Heroic thus far, so the numbers in their favor. Despite this slightly kind of haphazardly buy around that weird save call. Back towards B. Way to spot him. Swing coming through. Could be caught off guard here, and he will. nicoodoz' Deagle connects beautifully. Do they expect refrezh up close with Dupree backside? The answer is no. Both combined for kills. The Glil now got to isolate. And 1v2. The bomb is dropped. This is going to make things awkward. Dupree rolling it back. Pistol pulled out. They try and save them here. Glil would have got low on ammo, but TeSeS will close it out close. But no cigar. And Heroic just win out a round.
Close, man. Seems like this one might be a bit more of a battle than the first, which is, you know, absolutely what we are after. Really, really, really scrappy stuff. But yeah, Heroic just about able to get it over the line. Timeout coming in as well from Heroic, not wasting any time here. as they need to keep this rolling, it would seem. And I certainly do commend this early timeout, considering the fact that they're still in the lead. And they're a one map up. You know, they are giving full respect across to their opponents.
Yeah, there they are. Early timeout, early conversation. But again, now back into the buy for Preasy. Either side built up kind of all that much stability in terms of the econ, just back and forth, and still remains a conversation mark of who's going to really take this one by the the horn, so to say. All right, do have a 2-round lead. That'll at least help. Easy dose swing of the corner around that flash. Roy was full blind, so no idea sort of what he was even aiming at. Roy slowing down that tempo.
Just a little bit. Roy. Ooh, got to be careful from here. They are double stacked on top of each other, though. I do like this setup, and a cheeky move from TeSeS while everyone's spamming. They were indeed ready for it. Kicks and creeps through for one, but the spam back is also pretty effective. 3 versus 3. T-side not looking too healthy, but they have again managed to pressure ramp pretty well. nicoodoz on that crab peak takes out Roy, leaving Altex and Dupree. Dupree's already on the A-bomb site. Altex on the way.
Smoke. Go down. Shush up closer. This fight's all the more important. Flash in the corner just as Dupree turns. Shush just taking a tag. Not over facing. Dupree just trying to desperately stay alive. An aptly timed front sight smoke. nicoodoz going to play around this. Goes up on high. Does he get cleared? As Nert's going to play the railing here too. Dupree. Right idea. Bomb going to go down, but Nert's holding for exactly that. At least Altex have all to do. And he is out of there, out of dodge. He knows the finances are low. He knows they're feeble. Just going to call for that save. That's going to be heroic, extending the lead to now a 3-round gap and a 4-1 scoreline.
Pretty nasty stuff here. Really, really good luck for them thus far. Yeah, and just kind of going to show that it's the nuanced moments. You know, that looked like a very chaotic, very up in the air beginning to the round that either team could have come out on top of.
Yeah.
But Heroic are able to just play those moments really, really effectively. Super impressive, and yeah, they are obviously getting their reward for it with how well this scoreline is looking.
And now we do have to start questioning Preasy again, man. There's actually starting to get to a concerning position where things are slipping quite rapidly away from their grasp on their opponent's map pick. We said Heroic's T-side was very solid in towards map number 1. If they continue it here, map number 2, here for a quick series. Looking like the case. Who's going to come through? Just a 1 rifle of Altex to work with. Might get a chance this. nicoodoz around that corner. Might not clear this. Might not. At least 2 across though. TeSeS is going to find the first.
Pretty nasty. TeSeS coming in with an easy opener. Roy, Altex burning ever so slightly, so they're going to know about this presence. Altex does work around his teammate nicely for 1, but not much else he can really do. Will end up falling. Headshot Molotov off. Oh, God. And getting out of there is going to be really, really tough now. nicoodoz with the nade as well. Not quite meeting the mark. They know exactly where this last player's at. Oh, my goodness. And refrezh has made it out. Absolute heroic run there past the bullets. All the same. That's the round secured.
Definitely going to help, isn't it? Refrezh will stick around. That P250. Any more for any more would be nice here, but I doubt he's be even given that luxury. nicoodoz with that one to the contact as actually kicks on to close it. Simple, effective, nice and easy. Just like that. Find ourselves again at a buyback in for Preasy, but this is a similar sort of cycle they're finding themselves in. Buy in, no form, and losing round upon round. It's a a brutal cycle that they're yet to break. All buy in, failing to find it. Alright, pulling further and further away. Really, really solid showing. They are making light work of their opponents. 4 rounds out in this deficit. Again, this gun round kind of means everything. If Preasy want to make this a doable first half, it does feel like it comes down to whether they can find the next couple of rounds.
Just spamming away here from TeSeS, keeping attention on the ramp. Preasy at the very least have got the wherewithal to know that there's potentially a bait out, so they've gone for a move, and the move is middle. No one really coming in from here, though. Nice flash round from Nertz to just scare them off the angle. It looks to be a B hit here from Heroic, though, ultimately. Oh, actually, saying that, maybe a few seconds ago, but they have started to move away and get up the ramp. TeSeS has made it in quite deep. Oh, gets caught by the Molotov. This is looking good for Preasy now. Big damage done. Roy has to be careful not to go down here. They will manage to back away. Decent nade in. They will continue softening them up. And Shoosh, yeah, might just go down to that one. It's all down to nicoodoz all of a sudden. He can't make it out. And a flawless round there from Preasy with almost a teammate. Pretty much everybody chiming in for a kill.
Yeah, much better. This is exactly what I said. I think if there's any sort of a competition to be had, they had to come in towards that sort of round there, take it, more or less flawlessly, which they do. This will now give them a bit of confidence, and also just a bit of consistency in terms of the econ going forward, in terms of how they're now going to approach this ramp control, something they've actually really struggled with. It's good to see. It really is. Now, though, of course, we do have to look the other way, right? How the Heroic respond after losing that sort of round, one in which was barely even fought with. We'll call for a pause. Saw going to enter that conversation. I think as well for Heroic, they're not under too much pressure or trouble at the moment. It's just about, making sure they don't let things slip, making sure they don't allow any sort of way back in for Preasy. But I don't think that is probably going to be too much of a risk, at least just yet.
TeSeS charging up here. Great flash in for him. And a big kill onto Roy. TMB, meanwhile, has pushed in quite deep. He doesn't want to give his position away here. Where is this player at? He's not going to be able to locate him. On B, Dupree has gotten aggressive for a frag. Nertz up through middle. He's going to get sideswiped here. It was nearly beautiful, but refrezh. He just gets perfect timing. Unfortunately, however, there is another man on the inside in the form of Kixon, and he gets a catch of his own. The A-bomb site now completely open. Very well read here from Heroic. Yes, they find that kill on B, but there's two over on B. Nertz is out mid. That means that surely the A-bomb site is in this weird position where it's not being defended very well, and that's exactly what they're able to find.
Yeah, nicely done. I don't really think the Dupree or Oltex are going to give this too much of a look in. You can see them sort of slowly but surely just falling away. TeSeS is low. Doesn't make a difference. That's just such a risky retake for them. Looks like exits will be the call. I don't really know if they're going to be given any either. All things considered, off the back of the pause, good conversion. That's all we ask for, right? Going in towards those sort of rounds. Making sure you convert them after you take that breather. Yes, Preasy had a very decent second put on the board, but if it's not consistent, we don't really care all too much. Consistency has been the big thing that Preasy have lacked. That's where Heroic have been taking great control over this game. So a 6-2 scoreline. Preasy lost bonus is keeping them afloat, but that's still a ship taking on a hell of a lot of water.
No one on the other side of the spam. Preasy are still looking for that all-elusive second round in a row. And they're sent back to square one, unfortunately. So, looking tough again for this team. Altex will find Shoosh. Nertz, however, and the rest of the boys seem to have found a hole in towards mid and refrezh. Many backflips all the way down. 51 floors. TMB followed through the smoke. Heroic again looking good. Just really running rampant right now. Yeah, they've found a clear issue with this mid-hold right now.
They have. Utilizing it to their advantage so damn well. Again, it's all Texans are pre on for that save. And this time they might not even be given the luxury of it. The world in which Heroic, with the numbers they've got, needs to look around for an isolated fight. The bomb will go down towards A in just a second. And actually, you can see them starting to maneuver here. Kigtown's looking for something. Given the luxury, great find. Dupree caught napping there. Pants around his ankles, didn't even know what hit him. Needs to look some more. Knows old Texas now up close. He dips and dives around Jen. Now the sport. Oh, he's coming over to find it, and Nerd to see it off. Really good round from Heroic, and just to rub salt in the wound as well of finding all the frags at the tail end. That's going to hurt. Preasy, they are faltering. They're falling very flat in towards map number 2. And actually, you know, fundamentally, this series, so far, only 6 rounds across what is getting to the point of a map and a half. You know, it goes without saying, Scriv, this is not good enough.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. Absolutely. They really are struggling here, and it's not the biggest surprise in the world, but I think it is certainly a surprise to not see them at least be competitive. In the past couple of rounds from Heroic here on the T side have just been brutal. They're looking to do it again as they get fast up ramp. They've definitely scared Preasy off, but we do have a bit of life left in them. May well be misplaced as TeSeS has an easy one to deploy the flash. Not catching him. Nerds for a double spray down. Ah, they've been red. They've been so red here. TMB, it's a nice find, but yeah, you've got problems in at mid. 2 rounds that they found a gap there. One was slow, one was fast. Third time, you're not going to let it happen, are you? You're going to put more resources in there. So Nerds, he holds back and waits for them to come to him. A very solid 3 rounds in towards mid from Nerds.
TMB, well, that's left. That M4, and I don't know if he's even going to be given any sort of a luxury here. Deep smoking towards CT by Kicksound. A bomb plant to come through as well. And TMB, that last man remaining over towards ramp. He'll tuck his head and kind of tail between his legs to a degree of just trying to stay alive. Even that might be a luxury because they are starting to posture and kind of maneuver in the look for a hunt. nicoodoz closest to the action. Get to support of Nerds in just a second too. TMB could be in trouble here. Don't know whether he's been given the luxury of saving. Right idea by nicoodoz. Round that corner, TMB awaits. Spotted. Oh, knife it. Do it for the boys. Thank you very much. That is going to be an 8th on the board for Heroic. And in the most embarrassing of fashions for Preasy too. A 6-round deficit they find themselves in. And unfortunately, they have been a complete no-show to Vertigo.
Yeah, it is really quite disappointing to see, I think. It's more just the nuke. We wanted way more out from them on nuke. It's a punishable map for Heroic. And Preasy didn't even come close, really. Didn't even scratch the surface. So, yeah, it's difficult, and maybe that has gotten under their skin a little bit moving into map 2. That way ever so slightly, and now they're, as I've said, past 3 or 4 rounds, they're trying a lot. They are indeed, you know, keeping up the aggression and whatnot, and the confidence in terms of the plays at the very least. But it just isn't working. So, really not an easy run here. Nice nade there to soften a couple of them up. Will be pretty useful for these Deagles that they have in play, actually.
Well, something's going to happen, right? They're going to stick together. Pack mentality. That's what Preasy are calling for in the penultimate round of the half. Flash in the corner. TMB's MP9 spots nothing, but Nerd's going to stick around. He knows there's probably some freebie frags around the corner. Doesn't clear it efficiently, though. TMB gets an upgrade.
He's fine for him. Start the domino effect here. But with that AK, are they going to go for it? Are they going to look for a save? It looks like they will give this a little bit of a look. Get that player boosted up on the AK. Just half a second too late. Shush will follow him down and find him. So clean here, some of these kills from Heroic, man, I have to say.
You're all right. You really are. This has been so comfortable for them. Shots from Dupree does not connect, and TMB with that saved AK is unfortunately all there is to work with. Has been a really good run up though, really has. Now we'll start to find ourselves again in such an interesting kind of position where, I mean, again, the Preasy, we've asked this round upon round, what is there to work with? So far, nothing. So far, there has been no instances where we feel kind of this comfortability. For this team, they are being put to the wayside with, you know, maximum efficiency. As I was saying, it's been considerably worrying. Not over by any part, but they would need a completely different showing in towards our kind of second half before we even remotely open the door to that conversation. But right now, so far, so good. Final round of the half as well. Preasy, if they don't get a third here, I don't really think there will be too much of a conversation.
Okay. Anything is going to help here for Preasy, isn't it? You know,
Yeah.
I think they know they have a monumental task ahead of them. It's all about the belief. Stay alive here in the upper bracket. Quick towards B. Shoosh trying to get a catch. Doesn't happen for him. Loses his life. Nuts only good for one. The bomb was behind them, so they were hoping for a lot better over on that B bomb site. Man advantage here for Preasy.
Workable. Absolutely workable. Roy. TeSeS leaves nicoodoz and kicks on for all to do. Versus 4. Could be under pressure, but nicoodoz got other ideas. He'll find one. Pop flash. Oh no, that was a smoke. Alright. Interesting. Molotov comes at his feet. That'll keep him at bay.
Roy melting. Oh, the molly makes it to him a little late, so he wasn't quite sure, was he? But yeah, trying to do something, trying to escape here. Refrezh, meanwhile, on the corner. Bit of pre-fire works for him, and that is the bomb dropped at his feet. nicoodoz, I think, might have been spotted here. He's just trying to play patiently. Gun in the way. Happens to the best of us. 9-3 is decent from Heroic here. Should definitely be workable moving into that second half. See you there. Hello, everybody. Welcome back in. Heroic looking to clean this up in a 2-0 fashion. A pretty hefty 2-0 fashion as well. Preasy then, the battle for survival begins on the T side of Vertigo of all places. Certainly not how they wanted to start off their IEM Dallas qualifier run. TMB, first one forward. Oh, and the first shot lands. Dupree going to find one as well. nicoodoz still alive at the back end of the sandbags. Nert's coming around the corner with the fadeaway. It was a 5-man on A. That's kind of why I was taken aback ever so slightly. Heroic were ready for that rush-in and still couldn't come out on top. Actually, 4 on A. Okay, excuse me. There was a kill over on B at the same sort of time. Didn't quite catch it. Either way, with that kill, Preasy rotate around, get the bomb down, and leave Nert's in the impossible situation.
A little bit dicey there. Very dicey indeed on those fights. But it will still be Preasy trying to find their way back in. And they got a long old run to try and get back in too, right? 5 rounds in the hole. There's no chance there for Nerds. No chance at all. 1v3, no kit. Rotate coming through too. It's never going to happen. Heroic are going to go for this force buy. Now, last time they did this when they lost the round, they actually converted this force. There's a chance. Triple MP9, Deagle 5-7. It's not the worst buy in the world, but losing this force does give Preasy at least a bit of, I guess, momentum to work, right? The T side starts off quite well. Let's see.
Slow creep up here from Preasy. Classic move. Oh, and they trace nicoodoz through the wall. Trade things up. TeSeS spamming away on that Deagle. Thank goodness TMB was tagged up because he was not finding the heads. Man advantage here for the CT side. They are being kept at bay by that utility. TeSeS, greedy for it. Loses his life. They try and swing around off the back of him. Not quite going to be enough here. Roy goes unchecked. And Preasy will keep it together for their second round on the T side.
Yeah, a little expensive, but yeah, nothing overly too problematic, I guess. The main thing is that Preasy do take it, right? So making sure that forced by Heroic not finding the form, make sure that Preasy get a bit of space to work with. It will be an eco here for Heroic. So Preasy can make this a 3-round game pretty rapidly. And we're starting to have a conversation on our hands. Question now being as well, in terms of Heroic, on their first full buy-in towards the next round, how do they approach it? They'll know that at this point, Preasy have a fairly decent buy built up. AKs and Galils here. Not expecting you really to lose all that many in this round. They do need to be careful. These sort of MR13s, before you know it, this game can be turned on its head. TeSeS sitting up close. What's the body swing? Find one. Looks for a second, but can't quite convert.
Oh, this could get messy out here. TMB, though, keeping it together to find 2 important kills. Again, they'll be happy with the damage, but Preasy closing that gap quickly, like you say, and building up some momentum. That all-important M word, you know, sometimes overplayed, of course, but really, really solid. As they will manage to keep things together, at least for now. This is the first proper test, however. Heroic getting the rifles out, looking to show them who's boss.
Let's see, Heroic. Can they get back to winning ways, right? Or this way going to be Preasy. Start to build a narrative of their T side on Vertigo. Finding the necessary form for us to open discussions about Ancient. It's like a long way away still, but all it takes is a couple rounds in a row here from Preasy, and we could start to open that narrative. TeSeS, the lucky man, still be alive. Just playing backside, using the double box for coverage. Spots the first on the drive-by as old Texel fall. It's Molotov though. It actually goes into his default. Nerds first to play full all the way back. An open hand.
Could get a little interesting out here. Shushi's going to go down, so he's kind of lost the fight through the fangs here, but we'll see. Nade does decent damage. Another one to follow up does even more, man. 4v4, there's a good number of players that could just get blown over here.
Ooh, Oh!
Nice find from Roy, though, through the smoke onto Nerds, trying to get cheeky, just spamming down that Guardian angle time and time and time again. And they opt to move away here on the heroic side. So Preasy, lucky that the nades didn't find a kill or that a stray bullet didn't turn the round in favor of heroic, but sometimes luck on your side is a good thing.
Yeah, and really interesting there as well that Nerds kept hold of the orb. I kind of just assumed that Nerds orbed out the gates there off a spawn peak towards stairs. Then even over towards generator, he had nicoodoz who was low beside him, and he still opts to keep it. I don't know whether that's going to be a a change or nicoodoz not feeling all too confident with the orb. Well, who knows? But it doesn't work out, and they don't even opt to even try and risk going to save it or risk going to pick it up. Luckily for heroic, with 3 saved and lost bonus, they can buy it back in. That's the most important thing. That'll keep them afloat. They went down to 2 or less. Would have been in a little bit of trouble. Well. Easy. To roll with it. So Kicksan does get the kill, but a little labored. And it gives TMB that opportunity to trade.
Break of the smoke, Altex, yeah, a little panicked as that nade comes in. Not quite sure where to look. Nerd's got to be careful here as they are ready to come down that corner. Shu's taking that fight. Certainly interesting for me. 9-7, big round, and he goes in for kind of a solo peek, dry peek. Leaves Nerds out to dry. Speaking of moments like that, nicoodoz going to be the next one to fall. Wow, this just unraveled, didn't it? Heroic. I don't really know what's happened there, and it all comes off the back of Shush dying. I think they maybe all saw that in the kill feed and were like, what the heck? You know?
Yeah. TeSeS just get one at the tail end. Drops a Molotov as well to try and desperately keep the AK alive. But TMB's got right ideas. Labored from TMB. Down he goes. TeSeS is still being hunted. And rightfully so. Preasy got plenty of money to work with. They can risk both of these rifles being dropped at the chance that AK of TeSeS falling, and he might get caught. If it's not refrezh, it'll be Dupree. Spotted. Nades! Oh my god, 2 points on HP. He's a lucky man. A lucky man to still be alive. Preasy make this a 1-round game, and that rightfully so. Heroic calling for a pause. Pressure absolutely on.
Yeah, man. When you're 9-3 at the turn of the half, CT side of Vertigo, you know, it has evened out a little bit. This map's had very, very different sidedness, let's say, over its life cycle. It is a little more even at the moment, but CT side generally is stronger, we say. And especially when you're going in with 9 rounds, maybe you can take the foot off the gas, I guess, is potentially what's happened here, you know, thinking that they would be able to get it over the line. And that previous round is maybe the epitome of that for me. Couple of moments where the discipline wasn't so great. That Shush kill, bro, was just an absolute domino effect. So, yeah, we'll see now. But timeout coming in, maybe to just realign the mindset and indeed close this out 2-0. You don't want to be giving the risk across to Preasy for a 3rd map.
You're right. So let's see, man. Let's see. So far, this game looks like it's got some life left in it, some legs behind it, so to say. Kicksan, swing, spots one. Good choice out over face, but he will actually allow them up now on towards heaven. Swing is bad from Shush. Gets caught by Dupree. That's the sight. And realistically, it should be the round. They might even call to save again.
Yeah, I think you have to. Oh my god, they've given them way too much speed here, bro. This is crazy. This is Preasy. Should be able to save. Not ready for another player. So yeah, should be able to save quite easily. What a run back here from Preasy would be a hell of a thing if they could keep this flawlessness going. The bank shot through the smoke is incredibly clean from TeSeS, I have to say.
We do take those. We do. Any more? Fresh and TMB, still keeping the pressure on. However, won't be too much of an issue. 9-all. What a response from Preasy. This is the issue, man. You can start coming in towards these sort of games and, you know, you take your foot off the gas for kind of half a second, a round or two, before you know it, you're in a hell of a lot of trouble. And that's what we're finding ourselves right now. So much trouble. Heroic are not looking like themselves. A shadow of their former selves, so to say. Need to be careful. Before you know it, you could be in a hell of a lot of trouble. Looking in the corner, spamming the smokes. nicoodoz not joining just yet. He'd have that lined up, but he opts against it.
TMB double kill. Also, he might go overlooked here. He's late in towards gap. Before he goes past. Thought he'd been seen there. Or second player as well, unable to finish him off. TMB, meanwhile, deep in. He's alone. Go on to smoke. Just makes it past. Dupree gonna charge through the Molotov. Not quite clocked by nicoodoz. Loses his head. TMB goes round and a big frag from him. This one should be secure. They've got a flank coming in from mid. There's no need to rush things. Just let him find the frag, and he will indeed. Life given away to make it happen, but my goodness, Preasy 7 in a row to take the lead here on Vertigo and to absolutely threaten this series now.
What is happening in this game? How has it even been allowed to get to this point? What a kind of drastic sort of response and crumble coming through, and oh my god, and Heroic, the worst part for them is they don't have any more pauses. It's not exactly like they can call for another one and try and pull things back in their favor. No. Saw has to sit and wait from the bylines and just hope that something is able to change in what has not been a pretty CT side thus far.
Oh, my goodness. Just continues here. Big frag from Altex. nicoodoz left pretty low. This is looking very, very good for Preasy to pick up 11. Unbelievable thus far. Still not over just yet, though. This is where you have to be very, very careful from that mental side. Everything is flowing. You lose that 1v3 and the house of cards comes crumbling down if you're not careful. So, yeah. Just have to keep your head in the game. TeSeS, flash comes around. Roy is positioned perfectly to eliminate him. Nertz meanwhile up top there on B. Gets one. nicoodoz, 7 HP. Does so well to even find one on the sense of timing there. 3-on-3. Meanwhile, Roy has pushed in. Played the patient game rather than taking the fight. TeSeS smells a rat. Working his way around. A big fight here, and TeSeS going to win it flawlessly. Doesn't even take any damage there, so it's not like he will be an easy trade out. Nade is decent, but this is not looking good for Preasy. 25 seconds left. Heroic nervously just holding their positions, trying not to go down. Altex with a big spam for one. TeSeS, they know where he's at. He's now incredibly low. Only 15 seconds. What's the move? Does he send it? Does he play safe? He's going, indeed, to give them the space for the TMB. Looking to back off. Finds the all-important headshot, leaving it down to Nertz here. He does not have a kit. This is not looking good. They've swung it back in their favor. A recovery on the second nade. This one might find a frag. Not quite. If it was onto Altex, it certainly would have. Tap on towards the bomb. And now they know where he's at. There's nothing he can do from here without a smoke, without a kit. He cannot threaten the round. And Preasy find 11.
What a game we are getting. Preasy coming alive and snowballing so close to success. Heroic are in serious trouble now. This is slipping away drastically from them. Oh, man. They are not in a solid spot at all. 2 rounds behind, but their opponents of Preasy are 2 rounds away from stealing away Vertigo from a 9-3 half in Heroic's favor. Look where we find ourselves now. What has gone wrong? Well, everything. They're opting to go for a force here. An MP9 in the hands of Kicks and shush into a UMP. 3 rifles around it. This feels like the Hail Mary call, the now or never. Desperately try and change things.
Aggressive move down ramp here from Heroic to just display some presence and indeed keep Preasy pushed back without options. That's the key thing. Just let them know that Heroic are still in the server despite not putting up a single round here in the second half. Kicks and getting aggressive. 1-for-1 would have been a nice way to start it, but they lose a player on the edge of the smoke. nicoodoz going to eat a nade as well, just hoping someone comes his way, and refrezh is working his way up, but you can see he's hidden inside that smoke. Kick goes down, and refrezh looking for the frag. Head spotted. Oh yeah, it's a rough fight for nicoodoz. Definitely do not envy him from that position. Can't escape once he gave himself away. Nerds and Shush, what are they going to do?
It's not easy. On that corner, Pre gets a lot of room to work with. Nerds, he's got to come alive here. It does feel like now or never for Heroic. On away, Nerds. Successful, the B goes up on high as well. Does he catch him? No, he doesn't. refrezh and Dupree see it off with only the one casualty. That's Preasy map point on their opponent's map pick, and what a colossal crumble from Heroic this would be, pushing us towards a third. From Heroic taking a 9-3 half, they have yet to pick up a round in the entirety of their CT side. And I mean, by most metrics, Vertigo is anything but T-sided. This has been an incredible display by Preasy.
Who's coming in? Heard it, ready for it, spams down, but it's a return spam from TMB. Maybe that was all part of the plan. Shush, following in his teammate's footsteps, flash comes round, but they've already gone, they've already cleared out. They just need the one kill, man. They don't need much more than that. TeSeS tagged up. Flash round is pretty clean. Shush has found Ultex there in towards B in the end. 4 versus 3, refrezh looks to take control of middle. nicoodoz with a nice shoulder peek means that he cannot advance further. So the first round, potentially all half, where Heroic have been in a pretty clean winning position.
On that corner, TMB waits. Still not exactly out of the realms of possibility here for Preasy. Yes, numbers don't favor them. Not a bad opportunity, especially if I say a couple of fights. Oh, TMB, that's 2. Oh, hang on a second. 3v4 to 2v3. The swing is poor from TeSeS, and that could be that. A flawed T side from Preasy. I cannot believe how they have turned that on its head. 9-3 Heroic. We're at that first half, and they did not pick up a single round on the CT side. That's got to be one of the biggest crumbles I've seen in